Hello, it's noon on Friday. In today's edition, I speak with Professor Datuk Norazurra Muhammad AWAL, a Commissioner of the Human Rights Commission of Malaysia, SUHAKAM. She speaks about GE15 right of political participation. Comedian Douglas Lim comes on next and he talks about GE15 Go Vote La. I'm coming to you live from Kuala Lumpur. You're watching The Brief with me, Melissa Ong, on Bernama TV. Malaysia goes to the polls this Saturday, and this weekend will be full of thrills and nail-biting moments for all Malaysians. As election season heats up, we have seen on social media local celebrities are making shows of support for their political parties. Well, in this segment, I am joined by local comedian Douglas Lim to share his perspective on Malaysians going out to vote. Hi, Douglas. Thanks for joining us. As a comedian, performer and celebrity, what are your industry friends looking out from the campaigns of the candidates or parties that will actually help guide your candidate of choice to the ballot box on Saturday? Douglas? Douglas?
Hello.
Hi, Douglas.
Hi. You were very soft now. I could barely hear you.
All right, I'll repeat the question. As a comedian, performer and also celebrity, what are you and your industry friends looking out from the campaigns of the candidates or parties of your choice and that you will vote on Saturday?
Oh, well, I know one thing we are not looking at. We are not looking at the flags that are everywhere. I don't actually know why we need to put so many flags. It's actually quite dangerous. Like, I was driving just now and the flags are everywhere. I almost hit a motorbike because of that. But what we are looking for would be not just what they say. I think nowadays, especially with social media, with people being more free to talk and disseminate information, sometimes misinformation also. But the character, I think, of the candidates, their track record, what they have done. And it's not just during the campaigning period. During the campaigning period, the superstar candidates are going to do most of the talking anyway. But for the rest of them, I mean, have we seen them do any work like when we had the pandemic? Did you see them going out helping? Like when we had the floods last year around the same time as those? Did you see them out there, distributing food or helping out in any way? I think this is what we would like to look for, candidates who show us that, number one, they can work. Number two, they care about the quality of the work. I think those two would be what sways me as to how I would vote.
Well, in brief, Douglas, 40 seconds. Voting is a very serious matter as we will be selecting the leaders of our nation. Could you give some encouragement, especially to the young voters who will be going out to vote tomorrow?
Yep, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. I mean, I didn't go and vote when I was 18. I started caring about this way too late when I was 30, 35. So it's not too late for you. Undi 18 happened. Please go out there, pilih calon dan tanda.
Oh, that's short and sweet, Douglas. Thank you so much for your time today. And we hope that everyone will have a safe voting tomorrow, Douglas. Thank you. And
You're
that was
welcome.
And that was Douglas Lim, comedian and celebrity. I'm off to a break, but when I come back, I speak to Professor Datuk Norazurra Muhammad AWAL, and she's the Commissioner of SUHAKAM, and this comes on right after the break. Welcome back. In our feature today, I am joined by Professor Datuk Norazurra Muhammad AWAL, Commissioner of SUHAKAM, to get her opinion on human rights and democracy. Hello, Prof. Thanks for taking your time to be on The Brief today. So let's start with this, Prof. What is the democracy from human rights perspectives, and what are the components of a functioning democracy?
Well, as everybody may have known, but it's always say that the most important thing about the human rights of an election is that the election is run free and fair elections and secure the implementation of democratic decisions. The key principles of functioning democracy are, of course, respect for human rights and fundamental freedom, free, independent and pluralistic media. We also goes for transparency and accountability in public administration. In a pluralistic legal system of political parties and organization, the process of transparency, fair, impartial elections based on the will of the people, freedom of speech, opinion and association, independence of the judiciary, and of course government implementation in accordance with the rule of law. So if you look at that in terms of human rights perspective, we are talking about fair and free and fair elections, and that is basically what SUHAKAM is looking into at the moment. Yeah.
Well, Prof, from SUHAKAM's point of view, why we, the rakyat, should value the rights of political participation?
It is very important that it is our right and obligation to vote, to elect our own government, and everybody must realize that once you reach the age of 18, you have a responsibility. You cannot say that this is I don't want to do anything to do with politics. It's not about politics. It's about democracy. It's about your right to choose your own government, and therefore you must have the access to all the information and be given the right to receive and to impart with knowledge and information, so that you'll be able to make your right decision in electing your candidate to parliament. And everybody must know that in terms of elections, we are electing member of parliament, our member of parliament to parliament. They are the lawmakers. And of course we know that in parliament they will discuss laws, policies and all that, and that it is very important that in a democratic country like Malaysia, that it is from the people to the people and for the people. So it is our responsibility. We must make sure that by tomorrow everybody must fulfill their obligations and going to vote for their member of parliament.
Now, Prof, let's talk about equality. Is it important in human rights and democracy?
Of course, and I think the main issue about equality is that every individual has equal opportunity, and in democracy, I think the vulnerable group, women's participation, and of course the people with special needs must be given the same opportunity as anyone else. And I must say that probably this is the election, the general election, 15 general elections, we have the least number of women candidates, and I think we have one incident of a person with special need when they're able to reach on time. So I think we must try our utmost best to make sure that the next general election, these things do not happen. Of course, with that note, also I hope that all voting places have all the facilities for people with special needs, for the elderlies, so that everybody can exercise their right to vote quite freely and without any problem. Yeah.
Now, Prof, under 30 seconds, what is your message to those going out to vote tomorrow?
Well, to me, all the best to all the candidates, and for the people of Malaysia, you have been listening, have been looking into various things. Make sure you choose the right person to parliament, because that person or that party is going to be very important for us for the next 5 years. And we really hope that things are getting better, much better than previously. And I think this is the first time Malaysia has matured, and in some ways, and we have so many information about so many different parties, different manifestos. So choose the right one. Make sure that you make the right decision for Malaysia.
Well, thank you, Prof, for speaking to The Brief. We'll have you on again next time. Thank you. Well, and that was Professor DATUK Dr. Norazurra Muhammad AWAL, and that wraps up this edition of The Brief. Remember to vote tomorrow. So I'm Melissa Ong. Thank you for being on The Brief. Take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye.